The best advice. So if you make this one change, eve before Father's Day, 2023, some people take it very, very personally. It's a minute, 2 minutes, whatever the case may be. Don't you want?
All day long, you are listening to New Jersey's badass radio legend, Gregory Joseph on New Jersey 88.7 WGAT.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The 88.7 FM Time Machine. Gen X all the way. Baby music is life. With top hits, hot chicks, and your very own Mean Machine.
Holy crap! You're listening to New Jersey 88.7 FM WGAT with your voice of choice, Gregory Joseph. Rock on, baby!
The best advice. So if you make this one change, you will always win. You'll always win if you make this one change. Ready? All right. I mean, it's like saying that you could go undefeated in the game of life. If you consider life a game, and I guess to some people, we're all players, we're all pawns in this one game of life. And I guess the ultimate strategy is to win, right? Well, this will help get you there. All right, so if you do this, you'll never lose. I don't even need this. I'm just going to tell you straight right here. So pay attention. If you're listening on satellite radio, through YouTube Music, on their podcasts, on YouTube, on Twitch TV, and then as people will be watching this as a rerun on our YouTube channel, on Mean Machine 973 or Mean Machine Talk Radio Show, the date is June 17th, 2023. It is the eve before Father's Day, 2023. So you have, here we go, here it is. You ready? And this is my opinion, but I've done it and it works. Apply it as you see fit. It's free advice. My bonus to you for all those fathers and everybody else out there. So here it is. All right, so if you have people, I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a YouTube channel or you're aspiring to be a content creator or anything online where people are interacting with you, where there's a dialogue, whether it's live, like it would be right now, people typing in the chat or people talking to me through the radio band or whatever the case may be. But most of, like, I'll give you an example. There's people that, will post videos and then there'll be like some thumbs up or some hearts, and I try to get back to everybody. It's hard because there's hundreds of them coming in on different platforms, but I do my best, myself and our people. We do the best that we can to go through. So we're in the middle of an anecdote here, and so this is the way it would work. People will, sometimes they'll give, they're opinionated, and that's what it's about. It's not going to always be something that you agree with. Some people take it very, very personally. And what I mean by some people is the people that post a video and then they see like a stupid comment or someone being douchey about something or whatever the case may be. And it happens. It's a small percentage, but it does happen because some people like to gaslight you. They're baiting you. They want to take you off your game or upset you or get under your skin or whatever. And those type of people that I'm talking about. I get them too. Not that much. I mean, could you just go on there and hit delete? Yeah, you could. But this is how you deal with that type of stuff. This is not negative. This is positive. This is going to help you in life. Apply it as you see fit. Somebody leaves a stupid message or something where it's completely off, off color comment or some kind of a response to something where they're baiting and that they're trying to get under your skin or whatever, and they're giving you shit. Whether it took them to, let's just say they typed it in there and they left that message there for you. It took them 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, whatever the case may be. They took the time out of their life, no matter what was going on, to put something nasty or something to bring you down or bring your show down, whatever the case may be, just to be a jerk in general. Some people are like that, or they're testing, or whatever the case may be. This is how you respond. Yeah, you should respond. You can't ignore everybody forever, because if you do, it only gets worse, or it piles up or whatever. And you could say to yourself, oh yeah, I'm going to just forget about it. But a lot of people, it sticks in the back of their head for next time, and it builds up and it pisses them off or upsets them. And don't let that happen. This is what you do. So someone types something nasty or whatever in there, like, oh, you suck, or, you know what I mean, or I don't like this, or what is this, or they're just the stupid comments that you're going to get in general. This is how you respond. 2 words. You ready? No, they're not. You know, and it isn't Merry Christmas, that's for sure. This is what you type. Thank you. Thank you. No matter what it is, about this and that, your mother, baby. Some people go overboard, and some people it's a little bit more subtle. Sometimes it's a veiled threat. Sometimes it's just, passive aggressive bullshit, whatever it might be. Thank you. Type in thank you. You want to know why? Will they respond again or whatever when you put thank you? Yeah, it's possible. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. This is what happens. All right, you put thank you in there because now you own them. I'll explain. They took the time out of their life, time that they will never get back ever again, ever, to leave that message, to leave that nasty comment, to leave that something to take you off your game or anything just to get under your skin or whatever, or to be just generally like just mean. Substantiate or not, you know what I mean? I'm not saying if you're out there doing bad things and posting bad shit and everything, you're going to get that kind of reaction. Of course you are. I'm talking about your regular, everyday people that are trying their best to do. Maybe they're not good at this or other things that they're trying to do, whatever it is, and they're trying their best. You know what I mean? And they're working through it or whatever. And it's a lot more difficult than you might think. Don't think I'm telling you the truth. Try it sometime. It isn't what it always seems, but this is what you do. You type in, no matter what it is that they put, I don't care what it is, don't take the bait. Put thank you. Things happen in 3s. Deaths, the Trinity. As far as my family's concerned, we're Italian. I mean, they always had the snifter with the sambuca with the 3 coffee beans. Always 3, not 1, not 2, not 4, 3. It means something. 3s is just the way that this universe works, I guess. If you say thank you, they might send another nasty one to try to get under, because they're going to bypass that or whatever, and they're going to try you again. You know what you put? Thank you. Why? Don't you want to respond and you want to get nasty or tell them off or what? Don't do it. Thank you. Just say thank you. You now own that moment in time. They can never, ever get that time back ever in their life. So for that one encapsulated part of their life in time that they took to send something nasty or whatever it might be, or something that's not above board, whatever it might be, they isolated it to you, right? I mean, they pinpointed you. They targeted you for that particular comment. Whether they think they're right or not or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you put thank you, you will now own them for that particular piece of their life. They can never get it back. It is yours forever. Think about that. So one of 3 things happen. Here's where the 3 things happens. Number 1, they're going to try you again. Once again, you put thank you. Yeah, you could delete it if you want, but this is how this works. So either one of 3 things is going to happen. They're going to do it again, and you say thank you again. Now you own them again, another moment in their time that they can never get back, that now you own them for that moment too. And every subsequent one, every one that follows that, if there is more that follows, and sometimes there is, now you own them again and again, and it keeps getting worse for them. So one of 3 things happen. 1, you're going to keep owning them for every moment of time that they can't get back in their life, and it's going to last forever because it's online, right? So for all time, once you and that person are long gone off this planet, that will be there for someone to look at, watch, listen to, whatever the case may be, forever, right? It's on the internet. It's on there forever. Good. You now own them forever. Once you're both gone. How cool is that? That's the eternal part of it. That's what's going to happen. Number one. Number two, they might just say, you know what, I can't get, I'm going to leave them alone. I'm not going to send another comment or whatever. I'm not getting the desired effect or whatever the case is. I'm not ripping this person up. They're not taking the bait or whatever. They're going to stop because they're not getting anywhere with you, which is what you wanted to begin with. So once again, you win because they stop. Or number three, which unfortunately this happens the least amount of all three. They're going to realize that they were being douchey about something, or, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or, maybe they needed time to process or whatever. And they say, you know what, maybe I should give this guy a chance. Maybe I shouldn't have judged, or maybe I shouldn't have said the comment. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Or, something like that. Just kind of like when you got into a schoolyard fight with like a bully or something like that, and you guys fight, and then you end up always fighting and everything, and then all of a sudden you become friends after that because you move on from it, right? You earned each other's respect or whatever, and you move on. That does happen. It did before, and it probably still happens now. So that's the third thing. They might become an ally. They might actually become a friend. I have a lot of friends that we started out as enemies and we couldn't stand each other, and we ended up having some lifelong friends. Sometimes it happens like that. I'm not saying it happens every time. I'm saying it can happen. Those are your three things, and that's a win too. So let's review. Number one, say thank you, no matter what it is that they said, because now you own that part of them forever. That's a win. Number two, they stop bugging you or they stop leaving nasty comments or whatever it is. That's a win. They stopped. Number three, they become an ally or a friend because they realize that what they were doing was wrong, and maybe they were having a bad day, or maybe they were just, you know what, I respect this guy. He's going in, you have to defeat things in life with your mind, not with these. That's not, you don't win a fight, and this isn't a fight. Okay? That's not what this is. This is life. Now, that's for online stuff, but you could apply that in everyday life too. But think about it. It's a win no matter what you look at. A, you're thanking them and you own them for every comment. So if they make 50 comments like that, you own them for 50 times. Number two is another win. They stop doing it because they're not getting the desired effect that they tried to do. And now they feel like an idiot. Or number three, they become a friend. Win, win, win. All three of those is a win by simply saying two simple words. Thank you. You will now win going forward from this point on forever, because it lasts forever, right? Either you're going to own them forever for every comment, or they stop, or they become a friend. Win, win, win. That is eternal winning. That is life advice. And that is my fatherly gift from me, the Mean Machine, to all of you. Thank you for listening.
All right, so good morning to everybody out there. Actually, it is me. That was 2 years ago. That was June of 2023, for those that are listening or watching right now. Good morning. I am Gregory Joseph, and welcome to 88.7 FM. It's WGAT. It is Thursday. It is 8:20 in the morning here on the West Coast, 11:20 on the East Coast. Yep, I'm still on the West Coast, going to be here probably for the summer and maybe a little bit longer. I'm not sure right now what's going on. All I know is the show must go on. And man, we've had a lot of shows between having the space that we had yesterday. That was absolutely terrific. It's not the easiest content to do when we were talking about vaccine injured people. We're going to do more of that. So a special shout out to my friend Lindsay and for Kara for coming in and playing a little bit of music when we needed some levity. So that was pretty awesome yesterday. And of course I had there was a lot of familiar faces. We rocked that space yesterday, and it was broadcast too. We're going to have it's in post-production right now. And man, did the powers that be, they tried to rip it down, didn't they? Not gonna happen. Anyway, yeah, we have people in place for that. Starting to realize that maybe, just maybe, that there's particular people, especially on X, let's just say for the time being, that aren't just some normal, I'm just some everyday ass, then do whatever you want. Not everybody. So step off when it comes to that kind of thing. We have people and things in place that you don't want any part of. So let the people talk. Let them say what needs to be said. I understand that those, and it wasn't just for us. It was for they were trying to silence them as well as specifically her. Ain't gonna happen. Not on my watch and not on my show. Nope. This is not our first rodeo, and it ain't the last either. But that was a lot of fun as far as having it very interactive and everything that we did yesterday. So I enjoyed myself. It was a pleasure to have the people, as many as we did, and then there'll be even more when we repurpose it out. I think it'll go out on iHeartRadio, Amazon, and Spotify probably, and maybe even YouTube. It depends. There's clips on it, but usually we save video and interviews. Anything that's optical, visual, that would be for our YouTube, which is at Mean Machine Radio. Which, if you are watching right now, you know that already, don't you? So yeah, I'm a little groggy this morning. I'm still getting used to being 3 hours behind everybody from my people in New York, but I'm doing the best that I can. So in any event, I had a lot of fun with that yesterday. It was a crazy week. Last week we had just a recap. We had the 9.5 hours. I was in the booth for all 80s 4th of July special. That was last Friday, obviously. They're like, when? I'm like, July 4th, dumbass. When do you think it was? So that was a lot of fun, but it wiped everybody out, and including me. And my voice was like friggin' jello the next day. So we skipped that Saturday show. We're not skipping shit this week. We are going to rock the goddamn roof off this place. This Saturday, it's going to be nothing but classic rock, hard rock, and yeah, you're going to get your metal fix. Rock on, baby. Yeah, it's coming. And no, I'm not on camera today because I feel like stir fried shit a little bit, but I'm going to come out of it in a little bit. Nothing that a little bit of medication can't handle, right? That coffee and maybe a Badinsky or two, if you know what I mean, huh? But I wanted to just take a break and show. I have some emails from females that I'm going to read this morning. Yes, I am flying solo today. That was by design. Yes, I could have had this person or that person. It is episode 10 of Mean in the Morning. That's what you're listening to right now. And it just was a kind of a recap. So I'm going to play some older clips and kind of recap what we did up to this point, I guess you could say. We had different people. We're still lucky, it's not that I don't have the right people. I mean, I have Sadida, I've had Jessica on, I've had Silvana on, I've had several people. Actually, what that wasn't, it wasn't on YouTube, that it was on the air part that we aired it. And there was someone else as well. I can't mention it right now, but there's some people that actually want to have a shot at doing something like that. Not a space, not a podcast, actually being on the air. And if you want to give it a shot, you can send your resume over to info. Send it over to me, info@meanmachineradio.com. I will look at it personally. I'm not going to give it to anyone else anymore because I'm not sure if they know what to look for. I certainly am qualified to do that after 30-something years. So, yeah, you never know. And we'll see what happens. So I'll drop that on there. There it is. Drop us a line, info@meanmachineradio.com. I'm going to be making the ad very soon, and that'll be for Saturday. And for those that don't know, we have a show every Saturday. It is 8 o'clock Eastern time. That's pretty much. Some people are like, well, how do I know? Then okay, well, let me help you out here. So let me share. Unbelievable that I got to even do this, but let me share my screen real quick. So there we go. Boom. So let's go up. We'll try to go up. Yeah, I get a lot of messages and stuff like that. All right. So there it is, folks. Let's read it, shall we? It says the Mean Machine Radio Show. Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on the air on 88.7 FM and streaming on X. Don't know why that's confusing. I have no idea how that even could be construed as confusing, but there you go. Eastern Standard Time. So it doesn't matter where I am, it still comes up as Eastern Standard Time. We do everything on New York, New Jersey time for radio. That's where my contract rolls out from. So that's what it is. Regardless of where I am, it's satellite radio. You could be anywhere. So let's put it up there. New Jersey. There it is. How you doing? So that's exactly why. So when people don't understand, well, it's always on Saturday, and it's right on the damn banner, folks. There it is. See it? One more in person. I swear to God, it's just like, you know what it is? It's laziness. They'd rather take 10 minutes to type out this humongous text or a DM rather than just look at the thing. It's right there. So anyway, now, does the theme change? Yeah, sometimes it does. It's usually 70s, 80s, 90s. It's Gen X radio. That's what we do here. However, well, for the radio side of it, I'm saying on Saturdays. However, if the theme does change and we have like all 80s, or if it's all metal night, or all whatever, if there is a change, That's what the posts are for. That's what the ads are for. And then our people will blast it out to everyone here. And then here's an idea. Perhaps somebody might even think to cross post it onto Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, we're gonna. I'll spoon feed everyone later on, and we'll do that. But we're gonna get the word out, and it's a lot of fun. There's no politics. There's no religion. It's just fun. It's music. It's a time machine. It signifies what we have. It's like our flagship thing. That's what we do here. It brings us back in time to maybe easier times or better times. Something triggers a good memory. Maybe sometimes not always, but you know what? You just leave your baggage at the door and let music take control. Music is life and it transcends everything. And I say that multiple times a day, all the time. Why? Because I truly believe what I'm saying. Some people talk, I speak, and I know the difference. So stop by. If you don't have satellite radio and you're not in that tiny little area of Northeast Jersey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You can go on X and TikTok, I think, too, which is where we're on right now as well. That's Mean Machine Radio Network. So our Instagram is Mean Machine Radio Network. So is Facebook, and so is TikTok, which we're going to have some more things are happening behind the scenes there. We don't put all our eggs in one basket. So just because you don't see it on X doesn't mean it's not going on. But we will keep everyone in the loop as quickly as we can. When we know, you'll know. Unfortunately, I'm like the last one to know, but what the hell do I know, right? I just own the place. But it's not even that. It's the fact that there's always a little something for everybody. It's a little bit of something for everybody. That's what it's all about. So there it is, folks. For those that go, what time I say today? I don't know. Right in there. Damn it. Mean Machine Radio Show, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Live on the air. If you have satellite radio, if not, it's okay. It's streaming on X. No, it's on a 7 to 8 second delay. They have to do that in case they have to. If I go, hey, what the you looking at? That thing, or you, which I don't like. Just having we don't do a curse show. It's not like, hey, go and on your ass, all right, and good night. Like that's not what we do here. It's just in case, is what I'm saying. For some people, I have scruples. Oh, well, all right, that's what Light FM is for. You know what I mean? Maybe you could listen to Barry Manilow in the elevator and there'll be a young man. You know what? I'm not even going to go there because it ain't the nice machine. Yes, I'm cranky in the morning. What can I tell you? I've only had 3 cups of coffee. The over-under for today is 7. All right, so take the over. It's a win. All right, anyway, so I'm going to play some other stuff too. I'll read some emails from females. We'll have to still take our little scheduled station breaks that they don't take too long, though. And that's it. So that's kind of where we're at, episode 10. Can't believe we got this far, but we've got to be close to almost 1 million views on YouTube, which we've had the YouTube, we've had it for a while, the account, but we didn't really bring it back to life or utilize it properly and upload things, I should say. It's only been maybe a couple of years. So we're starting to do that more and more. And our people at some point might, if they, I don't know, if they figure that it might dawn on them that we're going to repost the YouTube links when we have them on there. But I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun for a lot of people. Some of it's serious stuff. You're going to see hospice nurses on there, teachers, truckers, stuff about child trafficking, stuff about abuse and alcoholism and even current event things. So and then of course there's the humorous stuff, and then there's sit down virtual interviews, and there's ones where I was out on the road, which we're going to do a little bit more of that. So it's a little bit of something for everybody. What are we going to do one day to the next? I have no idea. That's the beauty of it, because life doesn't. You can't map out everything. So come and take a ride with us. I promise you, it'll be fun. And if anything else, you'll be in a better place when you leave. And maybe you forget to bring that baggage with you. When you leave. That's my hope. Anyway, we're going to go and take a quick break. Let me stop sharing my screen right here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we'll go back to that real quick. There we go. So there you go. Mean in the morning is 11 o'clock in Eastern Standard Time, I should say. 11 to a little after 1. There's no music. It's usually a funny take on current events. And, we kind of just say the things that other people sometimes are scared to say or do or whatever. Yeah, we don't have any fear here. Welcome to North Jersey. So that's kind of where we're at right there. It is Thursday, July 10th, 2025. I am Gregory Joseph, and you're listening and watching Mean in the Morning on WGAT. We're glad that you're here. Like I said, it's all about quality, not quantity. Now, when I repurpose it out, we're going to get a lot of hits and everything on it. It's not about the hits or the followers or views and all. I don't care about any of that crap. It's about the listeners and about building the audience to let them know that this is out there. And try it on, see if it fits. What could I say? All right, so we will be right back. I am Gregory Joseph, in case you didn't know it. Highlander. There can only be one. Be right back.
On New Jersey 88 WGAT, where the spirit of the 70s, 80s, and 90s comes alive. Relive your favorite hits with the man himself, Jersey's voice of choice, our own Gregory Joseph, and celebrate the unforgettable soundtracks of Gen X.
Here's the thing. Here, I'll do a dad joke. You know, my
memories and much more. Don't miss out. It's the ultimate trip down memory lane. Don't be a lazy bastard and rock on, baby.
Turn up the volume of the music to control.
You know, I'll tell you what's going to take control. Medication, because I tried to do like Spider-Man across like Like I have a nice bed. It's like a queen size bed. So I tried. I'm like, oh, let me bounce over because it's not much bounce. I prefer like a firmer mattress type of thing, and it's like a Tempur-Pedic thing. And I'm already in pain. Anyway, speaking of it in pain, I don't know if the Yankees won again or not, but they're getting their ass kicked a little bit on the West Coast. I don't like it. I did not approve of this. Anyway, all right. So, welcome back to Mean in the Morning. I am Gregory Joseph. Unless you are in the New York, New Jersey area and living under a rock, yeah, you know who I am. Like me, love me, whatever. I ain't going to stop doing what I'm doing. Why? Because that's who I am. I don't give a fuck about anyone else. All right, by the way, let's check the meter real quick. Let me check the meter. Nope. No movement. I check this at least multiple times a day. I don't care to check it because I don't give a. But I am looking at it. Yep, zero movement on there. So, yeah, we're going to be changing all this up for. It's going to be like a hard rock metal kind of fix this Saturday. We're going to have that 8 o'clock Eastern for those that came in late and that are listening because I noticed we have other listeners coming in through TikTok and everything. So welcome. If you've never experienced me before, you might need to go buy some Depends. We make you pee your pants just a little bit. I am not responsible for any kind of urine or any excrement, anything like that whatsoever. You know, do not operate machinery when you're listening to my show. And of course, keep my humor in a cool, dry place. Speaking of cool and dry, that's where I am right now. Yeah, I'm going to need medication. That hurt. I thought I was Spider-Man. You're going to move around here like a ninja. Otherwise, something gets unplugged. And yeah, it can be dangerous. Anyway, so, all right. So this is some stuff from my YouTube page. Since it's episode 10 and we're doing like a little recap here on Meet in the Morning. Yes, I will read. I have several of them. Very flattering. Most of them anyway. Emails from females. I'll bring that in a minute or two. But this is some stuff. I think this is from 2 or 3 years ago. This was some dad jokes and stuff that I was doing. I know they're kind of whatever, but they're so bad that they're good. And as you can see, the crawl on the bottom, the ticker there, it says drop us a line if you want to speak to us and let us know what's going on. DMs aren't always the way. I don't see all my DMs. They go into a queue. The moderators go in there, they boot the bullshit, and then they give me what's left, which usually like out of like 13 or 14, there'll be like 3 or 4 if you're lucky. We are raising money for we do that for a lot of people and a lot of causes. I do a lot of charity work. I do not make it always public. Why? Because that's not why I do it. I do it because it feels good to do if I'm asked to do it, or if I want to get involved in something where I feel that it warrants my time, and they usually do, whatever it might be. If it's for kids, if it's for a cause, for anything that it might be, kind of like what we did yesterday with the vaccine injury thing. And we will have a space a little bit later on, actually in a few hours, and people want to know. They have the intermittent fasting and keto one. Scars that your eyes can't see one, and of course demons, dreams, and angels. That's always going. It brings out some of the wackadoos come out for that, but for the most for the most part, excuse me, you get some heavy hitters in there sometimes, even some psychologists. I mean, all sorts of different things. And people weigh in, and it's different from me being on the air because that's me talking outward to you, unless we take a call or something like that, which we haven't done in a while because we don't have an anchor at a regular basis. We need that to be able to implement that anyway. That's coming though. That's coming soon. Anyway, so we have that, and it's popular, but it's a way to interact so I can hear what those people are have to say, like the banter, the back and forth, and then to get their thoughts and feelings on whatever the subject may be. Anyway, you see it flashing on the bottom right there. That is our Cash App and our Venmo. It's for Mean Machine Media LLC. Legitimate LLC. We've had it since 2004. And we're trying to keep independent radio alive, kind of like what public broadcasting did. And you don't hear them on the air anymore. Yeah, they have the TV show here and there, and they work on grants and donations and that kind of thing. It's considered more or less a mom and pop, and we want to stay alive. We want to be able to continue to bring you the music, not only on Saturdays and whenever we do themes, not only that, but the Mean in the Morning show and the other things that we do for others as well. Got to be able. It's not free. It's expensive. So that's why I'm on the West Coast, by the way. I signed my new contract for June 1st. We're good for a whole year if we can make it that long. So hopefully there'll be some light at the end of the tunnel. We want to continue. If you like what you're hearing, if you're just discovering me or our peeps and everything else and the different content that we have at Mean Machine Radio for YouTube, Mean Machine Radio Network on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, which I believe we're on right now as well, simultaneously. and anything to do with 88.7 FM. Sometimes it moves around on a satellite dial. It'll go 0.3, 0.1, 0.9. It's always at 88 though, and it's only on Saturdays. You will not find it otherwise. Someone's like, "Oh, I was trying to listen to you on a Wednesday." Well, because we're not on there on Wednesday. We pay for slot time, and I worked and fought like hell to get Saturday nights, and we like to keep them. So that's where it's at. So that's what sponsors want. That's what the affiliates want, and that's of course what the benefactors want to do. We're going to have merchandise hopefully before the end of the summer. That will take place as well. But what we need mostly is you guys, the listeners, the watchers, the people that not only just on X and our team, but the people that actually repost stuff without being told and get the word out there and participate on Saturday. Sometimes we have them backstage, sometimes we don't. But that means a lot. That all means something, especially to me. Okay, because I my entire life is in this, and that's who I am. And I ain't going down. You know what I mean? And if I have to, I'm going down swinging. So let me tell you something. It's worth it. We're having fun here, and we're talking about life. We're talking about music as life, and everything that encompasses life surrounds me with music and people. So we want to keep doing that. So if you're able to, even the smallest amounts, and it makes me sometimes feel uncomfortable to do it. And people are like, why? People ask for stuff that's not even that good, and why shouldn't you? You've helped so many people. Well, maybe you have a point. So there it is, and I put it in green. That's supposed to elicit money. I don't know. That's kind of. But anyway, that's what they say. Donate to keep independent radio alive. I don't write this shit, by the way. Our Cash App is Mean Machine Radio with the little $ thing. And our Venmo is Mean Machine Media, LLC. If you want more information about me, you could go on X. It says view more in my bio, and it'll tell you the things that I've done. And there's different packages for advertising. If you're interested in advertising during our show, we do get a lot of people, thousands of people that listen to it, and then it's repurposed. So it's like advertising. You pay for it once, it goes on there forever. It's on there forever. And then it goes on our YouTube and everything. So it's like it keeps paying for itself over and over and over and over again without you only having to do it one time. So it's there. And also, let me show you guys something real quick. Before I go back to that, let me go back to my station. So, okay, so you see this right here? Connection goes shitty. Okay, right here. Where they're like, where? I don't see it. Right here. See where it says more, MORE? So you click on that, and it tells you more about me, the voice behind the magic. You could tell that now, right? This. Anyway, let me read this real quick because they just said, well, read for people that are not watching, but they can listen. Okay, fine. It says, me, Joseph, the voice behind the magic. This is the description they put. It says, Mean Machine Radio on New Jersey, 0.7 FM, WGAT. Those are my call letters. I own them. I also Gen X Rules. That's trademarked, by the way, so don't try it. Gregory Joseph is just a host. He's a legend, starting his career as a mobile DJ at just 15 years old. Gregory has rocked the airwaves from WQAM in Miami, which I wasn't rock waves specifically there. That was sports radio, Miami Dolphins, like sports scores. I was like 26 when I was doing that. That kind of thing. It's a place in Cooper City, Florida. I don't even know it's still over there. I'm pretty sure it was. So I worked with some of the 72 Dolphins, and people like the Florida Panthers would come in there. Dan Marino who came in. He's kind of a, but anyway, he is a Hall of Famer and stuff like that. That's kind of, I had already cut my teeth earlier at 15 years old, meaning that I started out as a mobile DJ, weddings, proms, bar mitzvahs, everything. I was like 15 years old announcing wedding parties at these huge places like the Waldorf Astoria and places like that. I did Philip Morris. We did their Christmas party where you walk in, they have these big, huge ice sculptures. That was like a while ago. And we did MTV Party to Go. If you're Gen X, you remember that on MTV when they actually played music? Yeah. It was MTV Party to Go. We actually did one of those. I'm trying to get the tape on that. I haven't had much luck trying to get anyone on the line for that, but I will get it, and I will be able to present it to you just to prove to you that I did. It also says here from WQAM in Miami to Island 107 in Key West. Yep, that's true. And a lot of stuff in between there. Known for his fearless approach and no-filter commentary, he boasts an impressive portfolio of voiceover work, including commercials for Subway, The Cat, and Roxy, and also as the iconic voice behind the CD-ROM Madden 2003's It's in the Game line. That is 1,000% correct. Not the regular Madden game that you played like on Sega or PlayStation, whatever it is, Xbox. This is before that. This is the CD-ROM. And I don't know if it was 2002 or 2003. I'm not sure. It was the one with Marshall Falk on it. That one I can. That is me on that voice. I did get paid for that. It was a long time ago. that was a good one. So the other guy, I believe his name was Keith. He's the one that came up with "It's in the Game," but that is me. If you listen to it back then, yep, it was yours truly. So there you go. It says follow his journey on Mean Machine Radio and get to know the man behind the mic. His deep voice and sharp wit captivate listeners, making every broadcast a must-listen event. All right, I think that's pretty cool. Excuse me, and it says, and watch on YouTube, listen on iHeartRadio or Spotify as we chop it up during our live radio broadcasts. Rock on, baby. And there it is. So it's got our my IOL on there, which is independent operator licensing, the Corey's there, the FRN, which is a federal registration number. I'm licensed, I'm certified. I am an NAB member, which is National Academy of Broadcasters. I am in there. Same thing that Howard Stern is in, same thing that Joe Rogan is in, same thing that Larry King was in. Yeah, I'm in that index. So on you. Anyway, it says Mean Machine Radio Network, trademark, Mean Machine Media LLC, ARR. All right, so that's where it is. But here's the part that I was talking about because I wanted to read that out for those that are watching. There's our list. So there it is, Twitter or X, whatever, Instagram, Twitch. We're looking for someone to run our Twitch account too. It's already monetized and everything. Just sit there and play with yourself all day. Oh, I'm sorry, play with the, you know what I mean? Yeah, and make some money doing it because I don't have time for that bullshit. It says TikTok, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Facebook, Threads, Amazon Music, and then other stuff. And then we've had the account for a while, as you can see. So yeah, we're approaching 1 million views. There we go, 822,886. So go grab about 200, almost 200,000 of your friends and have them take a look at this, would you? So we can hit 1 million. I appreciate that. Anyway, that's when they say, what else are you on and what are you on here? And I keep getting these DMs. There it is. You click more, scroll down, and there you go. And it even has my email right there. See? info@meanmachineradio.com. Look how easy that was. The next question is going to be, where are you on YouTube to find that? Seriously, dude? At Mean Machine Radio. Doesn't get much easier than that. We are live right now. So anyway, I wanted to show you all that. We'll go back to this stuff. This was from a few years ago. This was a dad joke.
Here's the thing. Here, I'll do a dad joke. You know, my girlfriend is a midget. Yeah, she's a midget. So she's kind of small. You know, she has to walk around and smell ass all day and that kind of thing. But not to pick on her, but so she's a midget. So I took a couple of, took some medication the other day, and she looked at me. My eyes were glazy, and she said, "Are you high?" When I stood up, I said, "I'm higher than you." That's all right. That was a dad joke. I had to throw it in there, man. Come on. They gave me a word. They give me like a few words for ebonics every week. I put this in a sentence like someone says, "Oh yeah, put penis in a sentence." I said, "All right, well, I went to go do a urine test, and the nurse walked over with a little cup, and she said, 'Here, penis.'" Now these are dad jokes, and you're gonna go, "Oh, it could get any cheesier." Oh yes, it can. Oh yes, it can. But I'll save that for another day. I just wanted to lighten the mood a little bit, I don't want to.
Yeah, I know that those are pretty. They're awful, but they're so bad that they're. Oh my god, my go away. Like it won't stop. I hate YouTube, no matter what you do. Anyway, so
here's the thing.
Oh my god, that's all I want to do is play that thing. So I keep going back and back. There we go. All right. So anyway, so when you're on my YouTube, and this is pretty much, we might as well use this as a way to. I like how it flickers. That's an awesome internet connection. It's pretty much how to navigate around here. So you'll see different things. Jesus Christ, go away. There we go. Anyway, yeah, so there you go. So if you go to home, this is what you see. Because some people are clueless when it comes to YouTube, but that's okay. I'm here to help you. It'll show you some of the other ones. You just hover over it. It'll show you some of the, this is from, I think, season 1 and that kind of thing. All the live streams that we've done, not just Mean in the Morning, but there they are right there. So it's easier to navigate. And then little clips of stuff that they put on here from long form videos, sit down interviews. It's in podcast form, even though I'm not a podcaster. And there is a big difference. There's many differences. One is you don't have to be licensed to be a podcaster. Number 2, it's a very saturated thing. So there's no boundaries. There's no nothing. That's why you just got people, whether they're good, shitty, licensed, have any experience whatsoever. All of a sudden, everyone becomes Dick Cavett and they think they can do whatever. Some are good. Some get better. Some suck ass. It is what it is. You're going to get it. But it's a very crowded field. So I'm glad to be where I am and doing what I do. Trust me. But anyway, so here's some shorts in it. So that's home. So what you could do is, okay, we're in season 3, about to go into season 4 in September. So where do you go? Go into playlists. This is for those that are completely technology just shot. All right, so there you go. There's the playlist. So you could go over. Oh, there's Me in the Morning Show. All of them will be in there. Or season 3, all the interviews and everything we did in season 3 that we upload. Now there's other ones that we didn't upload, but it's most of them in there. Auditions. There's some takes where I was on camera doing stuff for iTunes and Amazon Audibles when I did voiceovers, and a lot of that is good for when we have the mentorship program and the masterclass. It shows you exactly how I did it and how I got those type of jobs and how you get people to so a lot of people reach out, believe it or not, and they're like, well, how do you get voice over work? I don't have a great voice, but it's not so much having a great voice or a low voice or any of that. Does it help? Yeah, for certain ones, but they might need a different type of voice for a different copy for a book. And a lot of this is audiobooks, like ebooks, that kind of thing. So yeah, I do that stuff for not so much for iTunes anymore because they want a big chunk, but is a lot involved, and you got to do your own editing a lot of times. If you don't have editing software, Adobe Audition is excellent, but if you don't have the money for that and everything, you can get a free one. It's Audacity, it's called. You can look it up, you can Google it or whatever. It's a free download, and that'll help you because you got to fix all the little things. There's certain parameters. You got to have it a certain way. It's got to sound a certain way. You can't have background noise, no ambient noise, which is essentially the same thing. You can only have it at certain decibels, certain ohms. And I'm not going to go into it right now, but it's not just, I just throw it on a video and just send it out there and hey, cross my fingers. Hopefully somebody will hear my voice. It doesn't quite work that way. Not in my world anyway. So anyway, that's for the voiceover stuff. So some of those you can see how I did it. Some of this stuff is not even publicized, but you see there's like a lot of, I'm a big Steeler fan. So Steeler stuff, the Yankee stuff. Okay. Audio checks that we've done, like behind the scenes stuff. Here's season 1 when I was in a different house. And this was pretty much the little studio I had. It was actually pretty awesome. There was a million things in the background. There was a lot going on there. Too much activity. There's some shorts. So the shorts are what? It says Mean Machine Shorts. Not my shorts. It's just small clips. It's normally about a minute and a half or less clips of long form videos, like wherever they did. So we have a lot of those around as well. And then there's football stuff and different things like that. So it'll show you, just the show. When we did just talk, there's the mic checks and everything like that. That's under playlists. And then podcasts, which I don't even know why that's there. It's pretty much essentially the same thing as well. And anything that we did live, any live stream we did. So there's Me in the Morning. Right, you see it all that right there, very easy. And you go into there's the one that we're in right now. See how it says live? There you go. So there's that. When we did the Hollis family story, that was live. That was pretty good. No, that was kind of shocking too. There's me with the doc, one of the doctors. She's a deaf psychologist. She's actually a friend of mine, and Dr. Deb, and she's I'm afraid she's gonna make a voodoo doll of me. Anyway, and then here's Jimmy Barbarista, the guy that's in Capo, Rise to Power. That's on Amazon. He's a friend of mine too. That's Jimmy right there. That was a good one. It was me with Sal, Sons of Sicily thing. We did that, the 9/11 one, which I think is on our X. That one, Kim Kelly joined us for that one, and some members of NYPD are on there as well. And then there's just stuff from in the past, just like some funny, some not. There's a hospice nurse, that's Jen. I've known her for a long time too. There's me doing an actual audition, a live audition back. I think that was 2022. Stuff like that. I did stuff way before that, but just never had it on video. And there's the talk show stuff, and then all the other stuff from season 1, and it kind of goes in order. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. You just hover over it, and it'll come up. So, oh my God, there's me without any facial hair. Yikes! I don't know. I think I'm a handsome devil, but anyway. So there you go. There's a bunch of those things. So that's how you navigate on my YouTube. Pretty easy, right? I mean, if that's hard for you, you can start with Etch-a-Sketch and work your way back up. Anyway, so there's that. So we have shorts. We like to take clips of those and put it on because people have like the attention span of a gnat nowadays. So there you go. So here's a funny one. So let's play that one. Okay. Well, we'll try to play that one. So let me get. So the way it works is when you don't want it to play, it'll play, and when you do want it to play, it doesn't want to. That's pretty much how life works, people. So I don't know why it's not playing. Let's see. Interesting, though. Maybe this one. Yep, it just said you. I'm not playing it anymore. Anyway, so you get the idea. This is why I need an anchor. This is what happens when you go solo. People usually take care of this stuff for me. So, yeah, I don't even see the thing where it would say to. Interesting. Yep, it usually blares on there loud as fuck, and now all of a sudden it's not doing it. But anyway, well, we tried. You get the idea, though, right? So that's how that works. Anyway, yeah, we have emails from females. I do have to take another break in another minute or two. But you see I'm there, and you can follow us on X or Twitter, whatever you're calling it. I still call it Twitter because if you don't do that, then you're probably not Gen X. So it's at WGAT Meme Radio, and there you go. So that's that. I don't know why all of a sudden the audio went out on this. That's really odd. Not sure. Let's try another one, and if that doesn't work, I mean, it should just go on. Very odd. Look at that. It just says you, Greg. It's not even a thing. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even get my phone to go on. I mean, it's gonna. I see. It's gonna be one of those days. I see. But the damn spam goes through without a hitch. Anyway, just pretend that there's audio for it. It's got to be the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It just doesn't. There's just no audio, and there's not even a thing to turn the audio on, which I find to be amazing. Awesome job setting this up, guys. Anyway, that's my YouTube page right there. So it's at Me Machine Radio. So if you ever want to check that stuff out, you may do so. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Meet in the Morning. You are listening to Meet in the Morning. That's right. It's sponsored by WGAT. It is 88.7 FM. I am Gregory Joseph. So it is Thursday, July 10th, 2025. I can't wait for Saturday night. I mean, it's already Thursday already. This week is blowing by. But Saturday night's going to be great. Nothing but metal and hard rock and a lot of classic rock thrown in there too. 70s, 80s, and 90s. Maybe a little bit over that. Nothing above the year 2002 because that stuff sucks. So, and you know it and I know it, and that's not Gen X. But anyway, that's what we got going on. So we'll be back in a few. So don't go anywhere. Hope you're enjoying us. Mean in the morning, baby. You gotta be. Why wouldn't you be? Let me be right back. Straight right here. So pay attention.
Chihuahua.
You're listening to the best radio in the universe. Non-stop music. All day long.
You are listening to New Jersey's badass radio legend, Gregory Joseph, on New Jersey 88.7 WGAI T-Rock Oon, baby.
I got to change that thing. It's the one that that's the one that lights up for those that don't know how this stuff works. So that's the one that lights up. That's the one I'm supposed to use. I'm like, why can't we use a different one? You know what I mean? So we're going to redo those on the pads as well. They have to send it over to us, and then or I'll just do it myself. We have one that was like older. It was
okay, let's go.
Tune in to the Mean Machine Radio Show with Gregory Joseph on New Jersey 88.6 WGAT.
Not 88.6.
Your ultimate destination for real people, real life, and pop culture discussions. Join us for insightful conversations, special guests, and a lot of fun every week. Don't miss out on the excitement. Listen to the Mean Machine Radio Show.
Rock me, baby.
All right, so it's not horrible. That one was, I don't even know. That one could be like a year ago. That was an intern that we had at the time. So she did her best, I guess. But best wasn't good enough. No, I'm kidding. But it was, they work on that kind of stuff for us. So anyway, here we are. All right, I figured out what the problem was. So welcome back to Mean in the Morning. I am Gregory Joseph. You're listening to 88.7 FM. It is WGAT. We got you for a little while longer anyway. So I'm not going to do normally what I do. I don't have a co-host today. That was by design. I wanted to do like a little recap, and I get a lot of these questions and emails and DMs and all this stuff, and what's on YouTube, what's on here, what's over there. So I figured, you know what, we'll do it as like more like schools in session type of thing, and that's what we have right now. So yeah, those are all the different things that we're on right there. I don't do my own social media, so that's, well, some of it I do, some I don't, but a lot of it goes in a queue, and then kind of insulated from that, and I go to the important stuff. But info at meanmachineradio.com is not me directly, but it will get to me if it has to. And my own personal one, which I'm not going to give out right this second, is through Mean Machine Radio as well. And that's for people that are sending over music, new artists that want to get their stuff played. We have a guy that sent over a bunch of stuff. He didn't put his name. He didn't put who represents him. He didn't put, if he has like an agent, anything. Just I guess he forgot to do that. And so we have no idea. And the email goes nowhere. So I'm like, all right, well, thanks for sending me like 4 different things. I have no way to contact you, dude. But maybe he'll try to do a follow-up in there, because we can't get back to him. One of the songs is actually really good that we would consider playing when we're live, but no idea to ask him. So other than that, maybe he didn't even sign it. I think he said like Mark or something like that. All right, great. If that was the only name in the United States, maybe I could find you. But in any event, we're going to use our resources for other things. However, going forward, if we're going to continue with Mean in the Morning, it says right there, it says, and I'll read it, because there's people that are listening in that cannot watch it right now. They're listening or driving, whatever it is. Keep your eyes on the road. If you cry, I'll give you something to cry about. I swear to God. See, this is where it says offer ends July 19th. And that's true. It says, there's the crawl. Want a shot at guest hosting with me? If you can survive me for a little while, our new morning show, email info. It says email info. Well, this is the way they put it up on the ticker, at meanmachineradio.com, and tell us why we should consider you. And that offer ends, I think it's like another week or whatever. So if you want to try that out, because you're going to have a lot of ears and eyes on your stuff, and it helps promote your own thing as well. You get a lot of visibility, and we're willing to do that. Instead of going and getting like top-notch professionals to help me out, of course I could call them. And depending on availability, even if they want to, sometimes they're under contract and they cannot. Why not give a shot to somebody who never gets a shot to do it? And you start out on a smaller station like mine, and maybe you proceed from there and you get even bigger. More power to you. I do whatever I can to help elevate you. But that's it right there in a nutshell. So that's why we put it on there. I got a shot a long, long time ago, and I'm trying to return the favor. I'm trying to throw it back into the universe and see what comes back to me. All right. So a lot of times people ask this question. Well, what's this about? Well, that's Lisa Corbo. She does stuff remotely for us. She's out in Los Angeles. Benjamin, I heard someone say that person doesn't even exist. So let me ask you a question. If the guy's not sitting right here and you can't see him on camera, that means he doesn't exist. That's someone that's you're just gay. I don't know. I understand. I've heard like 1 or 2 people say that. No, we're not going to serve it to you on a silver platter. And here it says that you want a social security number too. Give me a break. Of course he exists. You just don't see him. He comes in, he's in my ear, and I can hear him. You have to, FCC says you have to have someone when you're on a live broadcast. You have to have someone that's licensed and registered with them to watch over things. That's the rule. Don't know? Go take your little fingers and go Google it. And if you don't believe me, but that's why it says it right there. FCC, NAB, IRUC, licensed broadcaster. That would be me. Yep. Got the paperwork to prove it. So anyway, that's what that crawl on there means. All right. And of course, we had the other stuff for our YouTube. And it tells you about me in the morning and everything else. And the thing that I just showed you, this thing will come up too, where it says, you want Instagram. I got it. Can you give me your TikTok handle? Stop being lazy. It's right there. It's Bean Machine Radio Network. Look it up yourself. The hell. I'm kind of busy. So there you go. Or one of the admins will help you out. But other than saying good morning, we don't have a lot of activity in there too much, but we will try to upswing that a little bit right here. And then if there's copyright images, any kind of music, whatever, we are licensed for that. So there it is. It's ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC. That's what they're called. Getty Images is a lot of them we get on there for those little things that we show. And then a lot of that stuff comes from Epic, but it's also Paramount, Warner Brothers, and so on. So we flash that every now and then. So someone says, you're not licensed. Yes, we are. So go play outside with a hula hoop or something. Let the big boys talk. Anyway, that's what that stuff means. So this is pretty much school time. You know, school is in right now. I'm showing you the different things because some people have those type of questions. They just don't tell everyone. They email them or DM them to someone on my team. And that's our operating license number. What's that? It's NJR, New Jersey Radio. There you go. Look at that. You're smarter than when you first got here. And there it is. Gen X does rule. And we'll put that up there right there. There you have it. Gen X rules in caps. That's trademark. That one's mine, baby. Rock on. So anyway, that's what some of this stuff means. So maybe that will help people that had that question. And you know, I think I just answered it on a larger scale. All right. So we're going to go back to sharing our screen again. I'm going back into our little time warp, our little archives, if you will. And I figured out why. I had too many windows open and something happened right there. So, and what I mean is windows on the computer, not in the room. It's like 100-something degrees outside already here. It's 9:13 a.m. on the West Coast, which means it is 12:13. Look at that. Quick math in my head. Did you like that one? It was good. Anyway, so that's all of the different things I showed you earlier on YouTube on how do you find out where all my links and everything is nice English, Greg. So anyway, we'll take that off of there. So this is a little friend of mine. Well, and the guy's name is Kenneth. He actually was an intern here for a short period of time. Oh, wait a minute. Where's the music when I need it on there? We go. It was a short period of time. It should be like, you know. There you go. Anyway, we'll keep this on the down low. Anyway, so here we go. So this was Kenneth, and this was at Wawa. This was the store. It's over where I was living in on the Jersey side. Yeah, it's another planet. All right, here we go. Let's see if you could actually hear it this time.
I said, all right, so listen, for last time, you got that money you owe me?
No, I'm a little short right now. Sorry.
All right, bro. No problem. See you later.
He was a little short that day, but I let it go. You know, we support small business here. So I was good. You know what? He's a good sport about it, too. You know what I mean? He's like, God damn. I'm like, yeah, come on, man. High four. You know, we're just like, but we're having fun. That's what I mean. You got to laugh at yourself and others, whatever. It's not so offensive and everything else. It's just, we're just trying to have some fun or whatever. And we like doing that. You know, life is so serious and so complex. It doesn't need to always be. So let's go to another one. All right. So here's my friend Sherry, who's actually out here where I am. She's actually not far from here. She is the OG. She is the great niece of the Maybelline founder. Yeah, she's the heiress to that. So let's check out.
Are you ready?
I am always ready, except for right now I'm not ready. No, I'm kidding. I am. So we'll go like this. We'll do 3, 2, 1, and you're on.
You're listening to the Mean Machine Radio Show.
Yep, she flubbed it.
In New Jersey, 88.6 FM WGAT. Doesn't get much better than that.
Rock on, baby. It's kind of like you did like Spock instead of yeah. How cool is that internet connection? There you go. I knew it. My goodness. See, everybody has a fun time on my show. Tell your friends. Thank you so much. Lucy, and you got Aaron there. We appreciate that you took time. That's why we always thank people for their time, because it doesn't matter how much money. All right. Anyway, yeah. Obviously, when the internet will be gone, be good, and the satellite will be perfect. About 20 minutes after we go off the air, that's when it's superb. That's the way life works. But you know what? I save my anger for things that are actually you should get angry. Okay, so here's my friend Joey. Call him Joey G. It's Joey Gaynor. He is a stand-up comedian. He still does stuff. He's out here in the Arizona area, actually, and he used to be at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles for years. Good friend of mine. He stops by now and then. Here,
I said I'll accept that. When you said great, I'll accept.
I use the term loosely, but yeah, rock on.
You're listening to WGAT Radio. You're listening to the Mean Machine with Gregory Joseph on 88.6 FM right here in New Jersey. The best station you can listen to. And let me tell you something else. This is the best show you can listen to. Rock on, baby! Rock on!
Can't end the show any better than that.
I hope you can use that. And I just want to say, I just want to say, Mr. Fotzliano, thank you so much for this chance. Anyway.
Right. We both got to write him a check. All right. Joey Gaynor. All right. So obviously the internet is not going to cooperate, but you know what you do when you're a professional? You continue to move forward. Don't sit there and bitch and moan about stuff. We got enough of those people, especially on X. They complain about everything. And then, I have trauma. Oh my God, shut the with your trauma. Nobody gives a shit. Someone touched my ass when I was 6. Nobody cares. You're an adult now. Move on. Jesus Christ. I have to go to therapy. Shut up. Grow some, would you please? Come on, people. You're adults now. Every day, standing in line at friggin' the supermarket is more traumatic than this shit. It was years ago. Cut it the loose by now. Jesus, I'm so sick of that. I'm sorry. I know that's rough to a lot of people. Oh my God. But why? When will you ever cut it loose and let it just be? You know what I mean? Get over it. You have to. It's easy for me to say. I've had to get over a lot of things in my life. I got asked about it the other day. I talk it out. I go on the air. Not everybody can do that, obviously. I'm lucky I'm able to do that. But there's spaces, there's support groups, there's online groups and everything. So I don't hear this shit. Oh, I got to go sit in the corner and crochet a doily for the couch. Shut up. Enough of that. Start to freaking grow some hair on your ass a little bit, would you? You know what I mean? You got to go up there. You got to fight for your right to pate. Remember that? Anyway, I'm not trying to take shots at anyone. I'm just saying we see, I do, and a lot of people, and I get these messages, the people that you might not even realize, and they send you a message like, and it just people just whiny. Oh, my dad, but shut up. You're fucking 60. Stop it. You know what I mean? Move on from that stuff. You're not traumatized. It is because you didn't get it out. Get it out, cut it loose, and go. Don't suppress it. Don't push it down. Speak with the family. Speak to clergy, whoever you have to, and get rid of it. That way you can proceed. That's what's holding you back. It isn't stuff that that you're going now to do, right? Or currently. It's the stuff from then that seems like it's holding you back. You've got to get over it, people. You know what I mean? You really, really do. And the only person that's going to be able to do that for you is you. And once you realize that, you'll be a lot happier. You really will. You won't be offended by everything. You won't be triggered by everything. Stop it. You're grown people. You know what I mean? Get over it. You know what I mean? Don't commiserate with other people. Just go, get it loose, and you'll feel like a weight has been lifted. Do it. Don't say, well, I've tried to do that. Well, then keep trying. The only time you fail is when you stop trying. That's all. I'm tired of that, really, with these trauma dumps. Jesus Christ, enough already. Everybody's got something. Everyone that you run into nowadays, a goddamn dumpster fire. Would you please knock it off? You're great people, inside and out. Sometimes you need to hear that. Sometimes you don't feel that you are. It's holding you back. I can't get over it. Stop it. Do it Jersey style. Get the over it. You know what I mean? Cut it loose, and you'll feel that weight come off of you. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm trying to help. I'm a little rough. I understand that. Well, it ain't the nice machine, but that's my point. You know what I mean? I didn't have that kind of time to sit around and go, woe is me bullshit. And then play around all day long during the day, online, on spaces. And I go, oh my God, I can't. But shut up. That's enough. Do something for someone else other than yourself, and you'll feel good. That's how I roll. You can be upset by that comment. I don't give a shit. It is what it is. That's what worked for me. Maybe it doesn't work for you, but I will try to help you if I can. But I'm not going to sit there and placate it. I'm not going to patronize you. Go, oh, yes, you're one. I'll stop it. You know what I mean? Well, you already know that you're a badass. Now it's time to go out and show everybody that you are. That's the way I roll, baby. You know what I mean? But the only person you're going to have to prove anything in life to anyone is yourself. That's it. That's it. So anyway, that's all I have to say. Sermon is over. Now, back to the bullshit. Here we go. And that's another thing. Remember when people, I remember beepers, people used to 911 and 911 and 911. What am I, a surgeon? I'm on call? What the fuck is this? The best people will get the text and then use their cell phone. They couldn't call out because it was too expensive what they got. They would use a payphone to call to get their message and then use their cell phone to call the number back. And then later on, remember in like 2007, 2008, they were still doing it. Remember, we had to pay. I didn't even have text. I didn't even want to text. You had to cycle through all the numbers. It wasn't like their own individual dedicated numbers. Remember, you had to wait till like after 9 o'clock so that it would be free to call. You guys remember that? And not 9. You had to wait till 9:01. I tried that at 9 o'clock and you had to wait till 9:01. Then you could talk all night. So you got to call your grandma. You got to have her take a nap. So you call her after 9. She's in California and you're in New York and you can't afford it. And you can't text her because you don't have text. Yeah, that's just, like I said, these are just little clips I have. Which is under shorts on at WGAT Meme Radio, which is on our YouTube. That's kind of what we're doing today. So there's Stan Livingston. We'll play the station ID. For those that don't know, if you're Gen X or a boomer, you'll know who Stan Livingston is. He played Chip Douglas on My Three Sons. Another buddy of mine. I know a lot of different people, so I just don't announce it.
Hey, you're listening to Stanley Livingston. I played Chip on My Three Sons. And you're listening to the Mean Machine Radio at 88.6 WGAT.
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
Hey, you're listening to Stanley Livingston.
Actually, I could have. He flubbed the entire line. That was like 6 takes it took to do that, and he get it wrong anyway. But he tried. Here's a girl, and I actually met her a long time ago. On there was people being mean to her and everything. She's Muslim, and but she's actually intelligent and really, I think, pretty, and just a nice lady. She's a parent. She's had a lot of trauma in her life too, but she spoke about it. We helped her out with it, and now she went on. She moved on. That's what your people got to do. You got to move on. Stop sitting in your own sludge. You know what I mean? And this lady, she's funny. And to be able to get her with her accent and everything, it was kind of funny. And I got anybody and everybody to say, rock on, baby. That's a good day. So check her out. She's really nice too, by the way.
Hi, this is Tamara, and you're listening to Mean Machine Radio Station. Rock on, baby.
I knew I could get her to do it. She's like, no, I can't do it. I'm like, yes, you can. You do the Jedi mind trick. Get anybody to say anything. Anyway, here's me with Larry Hankin. Larry Hankin was on Friends. He was on Seinfeld. He was Big Joe or Old Joe, whatever they called him in the show Breaking Bad, and a million. He was in Home Alone. So this particular clip was when we were doing an interview, and it's about the donut, the little piece of donut that falls on the phone during Home Alone when the lady calls in. She's like, yeah, hi, my son's missing or whatever. And he's like, has he swallowed anything? And she's like, I don't know. He's home alone. So anyway, this is a clip of that. That's Larry Hankin. You'll probably recognize. He's been in everything. Yeah, but it's just fun. I have a question, Larry. You're the only one on planet Earth that's going to be able to answer. How did you do that where you got the donut to stick? No, how the hell? And then you hear thud. Like, what? I know that's probably a dumb question, but it's been
No, it's universal. You have no idea how many people ask me this question. It's amazing.
All right, so I'll cut it loose. The internet is not cooperating today. Piece of crap. Anyway, we're going to have to take a break in a few minutes. But all right, so what else have we got in here? And these are just like the little clips of stuff. There's the long-term. I keep saying it like long-term parking. The long-form videos, which we don't do videos. We do like interviews or a live whatever, a broadcast or everything, and then we make clips of that. So I'm not just sitting there and making TikToks or something like that. I don't do that. So, yeah. So there's Larry Hankin again, but this is him much younger. You probably recognize him now. This is from him on Seinfeld. From the Seinfeld.
I love that. Yeah.
So we'll play this.
Do you remember when you came in to audition for us? Yeah. There was a box of raisins on the coffee. Did you, by any chance, take them with you when you left? What are you talking about? But we were all eating the raisins, and I remember you were eating some of the raisins, and then you left, and the raisins were gone. And I was just wondering if, maybe you took them with you.
Are you accusing me of stealing the raisins?
Oh, no.
Now, why would I steal a box of raisins?
No, you wouldn't. Nobody would. You know. It's just that they were missing. And, well, I'm just inquiring.
Let me give you a word of advice, okay? I want you to stay away from me. I don't want to talk to you. And I don't want to hear any more of your stupid little notes and suggestions.
He's in part from.
I love that. Yeah.
So we'll anyway, that was like I said, yeah, it's the internet's kind of going screw this morning. But yeah, so now you probably recognize him. If you don't remember him from old, that was when he was a bit younger, when he was on Seinfeld. He was on Friends too, was the guy that lived upstairs, I think it was. I never watched that show, but that's what it was. All right, so here is, and he's actually a very good friend of mine. This is Gianni Russo. He spends a lot of time in New York and in LA both. So for those that don't know who that is, he played Carlo Rizzi in The Godfather. So, and we do a lot of stuff for Instagram. Some of the pictures that were sent over to me, and it looks like you were having a good time and a lot of, I mean, it's fun. It's just like
a good time in the phone booth.
That's right. You're Superman.
Give me a bunch of Italians in one room. Forget about it. How could you not have fun?
Forget about it. Right. I know. Well, I mean, there's so many things. I mean, we'll show a couple of clips. Obviously, people know you as Carlo Rizzi. And I mean, The Godfather's like come on. That, especially for an Italian that grew up like me. I'm half Calabrese, half Sicilian. So for us, it was probably right after Sesame Street. It was probably the first thing I watched right after that.
That's a great comparison. Sesame Street and Godfather.
I worked on that for almost 10 seconds. Instagram, some of the. Yeah, so I was busting his chops a little bit right there, but yeah, he used to date Marilyn Monroe. Man, I've got stories that it was just me and him. It's off camera. We did record it though. That's on our Spotify actually, and yeah, it's stuff that you have no idea. Stories about different members of certain things. We'll just put it to you that way. Stuff that was never made public. Stuff that he had, him. And when he met Pablo Escobar, and and working for different family members and that kind of thing. Yeah, I've got some inside info in there and stuff about Marilyn Monroe that it's just amazing. Yeah, I know there's a little bit of an echo, so everybody can see what you just typed in there. That would be some that you would probably DM. But anyway, you know what? And hopefully we took care of that part of it. But it's it's that information that you don't make that public. I don't need to have it doesn't need to be public. You know what I mean? And people will open up to you about that. I've got stories about with Larry Hankin and stuff that when he worked. Remember, he was in Escape from Alcatraz. So I got stories about Clint Eastwood. I got stories about him with Lucille Ball. Oh yeah. Stuff like that. So I'm very lucky. We're talking about these are like icons of film, radio, that kind of thing, movies, and just when he spoke to Katharine Hepburn, like some of the stuff, and he shared this with me, but we didn't make it public. I told him that I would not. But the stuff that I know, it's amazing, and it's not what you think too. Some people you think are one way and they're completely different. Like I will tell you this, Lucille Ball was an absolute fireball bitch. Oh my God, she treated everyone like crap. From what they're telling me, I mean, I wasn't born yet when this stuff happened, but I've got information on all those kind of things. So it's nice. So being a radio presenter and that kind of thing, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you don't want to betray their confidence. I know things that are going to be happening, that are upcoming, that is not in Gianni's book. Okay. I will say this, and he knows, and we do the Corleone ads and everything. He owns Corleone brand. That's a brand. It's in Sicily and everything. And Genco olive oil. That's a real thing too. So you'll see that stuff from time to time pop up on our thing like this right here. Here you go. See that? That's his company. So yeah, we do that all the time. And it's my pleasure to do that. But yeah, it's cool. He was actually in The Godfather, so doesn't get more Italian than that, I guess. But like I said, I can't divulge all this stuff, but there's stuff that's going on with stuff that's swirling around the memory of Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, the Marilyn Monroe. And I'm going to know about it. One of the first people to do it. He promised me that I would be, media-wise, one of the first people to know about it. So I might have to fly out to LA when that happens. And I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. And he knows. He said, you can't say, but I'm going to mention something. I had to wait for his book to come out. It came out in like January, February. And then I was able to mention it. But I haven't spoken to him in probably a few months. I will talk to him soon. But yeah, some interesting things going to be happening really soon. All right. So let's try. We'll try this. And we're having some problems with the internet, and that's why it's echoing and everything, because my mic was on, and I'm aware of that. Thank you. This is the popular one. It's like using a spork for the first time. What the hell is this thing? I almost killed myself. Seriously, I almost killed someone with a spork, and that person is me. I'm not kidding. These are the things that prison riots are made from. I swear to God, who the hell thought of that? What a horrible idea. Either give me a spoon or give me a fork. What the hell am I going to do with a spork? So I can't really pick anything up, but I can't really scoop anything because then I'll stab myself. Who would have thought of that? And then who won the name of the spork? How about a foon? A foon would be, like a buffoon, like the guy who made that up. Once again, whoever invented pretzel bread, I hate you. But I love you. Anyway, back in 5. And then we're going to wrap things up here. Season 2 preview of the Mean Machine live from the great state of New Jersey. That's right. It's like using a spork. All right. So anyway, we're going to have to take a quick break. He's having a conniption. Sorry. You could tell. See, when I was in my studio back in New Jersey, everything was soundproofed. It was perfect. It was a really nice. I kind of just took over an entire room in my house, and just everything was like soundproofed, and it was perfect. And if you see some of the older stuff, for those that are just finding out who I am now and just discovering me, and they're seeing me when I am on camera, when I'm not, but excuse me, I'm in a remote location right now. I'm on the West Coast. Not crazy about it, but this is where I am right now. I'm an East Coast guy, so eventually I'll get back there. But for right now, we're trying to save independent radio. That's the whole point of me being out here. So for those that aren't told and actually repost the things that we have, whether it's pushing out the YouTube stuff or when we have our live broadcast or the Saturday night thing on things other than X, the people that are cross-posting everything, I appreciate it because it helps get the word out there. We want to continue to bring everything that we do, not just Mean in the Morning, but the interviews, the heartfelt ones. The spaces are great, but the stuff that we do is kind of like spaces on steroids. So it brings it out. Some people, that's all they have are spaces. So they're using what they're utilizing what they can. And I commend them for it. But when we connect it with a broadcast like we did yesterday, so you had like 300 people in the room, and then boom, when this goes back out, you'll have like 13,000 people, and then more and more as it gets repurposed. That's the point. So it says right there, because we have until next week. I do have a few resumes in there I have not gotten to yet. You can send that to info@meanmachineradio.com. Send them to me. I'm not even having people go through them anymore. I'm doing it myself because I think we might have a diamond in the rough. Got to have thick skin. You can't just say you do and then fall apart on 2 sentences in. So you have to be able to do that. And it doesn't take long. It's maybe a couple hours per week. It's kind of like an intern role. And then you can justify going down the road. Then if you do come aboard, then you will get paid. That's the way it works. Can't just do it right out of the gate, especially if you have no experience. Duh. So that'll answer some of those questions out there. But I'm glad to see that people aren't materialistic. Yeah, they'll make that up as an excuse. No, you just suck. That's why. But it's not for everybody. So it says here, want a shot at guest hosting our new morning show? Email is info@meanmachineradio.com and tell us why we should consider you. And that offer is going to end next week. So we'll take who we have by then, and then they'll be ready to start up with us, hopefully, when season 4 starts, which is, I believe the end of September. So we have plenty of time. So right now we're just playing around. It's the summertime. I'm going to have a space in a few hours. It's going to be a serious one. It's either going to be Scars That Your Eyes Can't See. It'll be intermittent fasting and keto, or it might be the Dreams, Demons, and Angels. That's always a popular one too. And since there's a lot of people doing nothing and hanging out during the day, we've decided to to bring it in a little bit early, because when you do it at night, remember, I'm 3 hours behind you now, so I'm trying to keep up with all my New York peeps, and I can't. So it's got my schedule all messed up. But anyway, we're gonna have that in probably, what time is it now? It's 9:30 on the West Coast here. So if that's even correct, I don't even know, but I'm assuming that it is. So it's about 12:30 out there on the East Coast. So yeah, I would say probably in the next couple of hours we're going to do that. So you can find us at WGAT Mean Radio. You can come in and listen. You can come in and request a mic, whatever it is. A little bit different from me being on the air. You'll be able to interact with myself and the other people that are in the room. So that's the one good thing about that. And we met a lot of nice people yesterday. If you missed that space yesterday, yeah, we didn't record it purposely on there. It is recorded. I record everything is recorded, but it wasn't a recorded space because it makes people tense up. But we had a lot of lovely ladies in there and gentlemen that were awesome, and they spoke what they had to about vaccine injury. There's a lot more stuff we're going to do with that as well. Those people were just absolute rock stars yesterday. So if you missed it, yeah, that's on you then, because it was that good. No, you can't replay it. That's why it's important that you get there when we do it. So that was a lot of fun. We had like 300 something people who were in there that participated. A lot of them did. I got a ton of DMs and messages of people that want to do stuff with us. A lot of complimentary stuff. Matter of fact, as soon as I get off the air, I'm going to speak with a couple of people, not about that, but other things, people that I met through there that didn't even realize it. And one of them is in New Jersey. She's like, oh my God, you're that same person. Yes, I am. Been doing it for a while. So anyway, got to do it or not do it. Can't do anything half-ass. It's either 100% or not at all. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break and we'll have a little bit more. I'm going to play some more of the stuff on here, read some emails from females, that kind of thing, give her a little bit of a schedule for this Saturday. I suck at making ads, but I'm stuck making an ad for this Saturday, but it's going to be classic rock, 70s, 80s, 90s. It's going to be hard rock and some metal in there. So if you want to get your metal fix and you're ready to like take the horns out, yeah, this Saturday would be the time to do it. We're going to blast the goddamn roof off this place. So should be a lot of fun. I know it will be. The backstage passes will be very sparingly given out from going forward from now. Don't do anything during the week. You don't get backstage. It's that simple, because you can't get that visibility unless you earn it. Now, admins get it automatically, but I'm just saying that you, if you want to be there, and we're going to start giving that to more or less for people that are taking interest, not only in the show, but being more involved. They leave their excuses at home and all the other bullshit, and they just want to be part of it. Those are the people we want. So I don't care if I know them, don't know them for a week, doesn't matter. As long as they take it seriously and they want to have some fun, absolutely we'll have them here, because that's the type of people I want to surround myself with. So do the people here at the station. We have a lot of good people. We're not big, but we have big hearts. That's what it's important. If you'd like to give to independent radio to keep it going, we like to keep it going. The mom and pops are just about dead, especially in the New York, New Jersey area. They've been gobbled up. So we're trying to not get gobbled up like Pac-Man out there, doing our best to survive. I'm doing it, everything. I work 24/7 to keep it alive. And your help is absolutely required. We could use your help on that. So for all the things that we've done for others, we're trying to get a little bit of that back, maybe just a fraction back of what we've done in the past. And that'll help us bring this to you on a weekly basis. We have a lot of stuff that we do here. It ain't cheap, baby. So if you'd like to help us out, it says right there on the bottom scroll, donate to keep independent radio alive, and cash out. Don't just stare at it and pick your nose. Actually do something about it. If you like what we do and you want to help, there it is. Mean Machine Radio on Cash App and Venmo. It's Mean Machine Media, LLC. You'll get a receipt. It's a write-off, and you will help let other people know that music is life. And I'm going to do that to the day that I take my last breath, because that's how I feel about it. Music brings me levity, and it is life, and it is my time machine. And that's why we do Gen X Radio. No one more qualified than me for that, as far as I'm concerned. So 70s, 80s, 90s, nothing but rock, baby. This Saturday, 8 o'clock Eastern. It's on my banner. For those that still don't know that it's 8 o'clock every Saturday, we went over that earlier. Hopefully you have a job where they have medical that you could have. And in that medical, it should have some kind of eye care, some kind of plan, for optical. All right. So stop being Mr. Goo, and it's right there on my page. So anyway, I'll be right back. Yeah, it's mean in the morning, not nice in the morning. You knew this going in. Stop it. Be back in a few minutes.
Radio.
Welcome to New Jersey 88 WGAT. You're listening to the Mean Machine Radio Show, home of Mr. Badass himself, Gregory Joseph.
When you need the best sound, when you want the best songs, tune in. We're here for you. The best radio in town all day long.
Yeah, I've always liked that meme right there. You mad? Here's a cave. Now you can be super mad. Oh, boy. Oh, we might have offended someone. And like I always say, if I haven't offended anybody, which I don't think I've said anything offensive, I mean, you know, you're supposed to be over 18 to be in here. But if I didn't get to you yet, be patient. I will get around to you eventually. And if I ignore you, yeah, that's not good. So just a little tidbit of advice out there. You can save your energy. I have it on there. It says there about guest hosting and everything. That's for just Mean in the Morning. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's not for Saturdays or anything because I got some messages about that. No, that's when we're live on the air. That's something completely different with music. You have to have some background on it. So send your resume to info@meanmachineradio.com. Let's take a look. I'll have myself, a couple of the admins. We'll go through it. We're going to be bringing in other interns. We have a target letter that we have for, it's at a school in New York. They have a broadcasting school, and there's someone listening most likely right now that helped me or is going to be helping me put that together, and I appreciate that. That's where we need to go. Forget about the other stuff. We need to get it right off of the tree. You know what I mean? That's so to speak. So that's going to happen really soon. Like I said, I'm stretched really thin, but I'm trying to be everywhere at the same time. I do a pretty good job of that, I think. Anyway, welcome back. This is Mean in the Morning. I am Gregory Joseph. This is New Jersey 88, and this is WGAT, North Jersey. Right now, I'm on the West Coast. It's 9:47 a.m., which means it's 12:47 p.m. post-meridian on the East Coast for all my Jersey peeps out there. And I have some calls to make back home. I'm going to be doing that in the next 25 minutes, I believe. I got some people waiting on me, but we still have a little while left in this particular show. So I'm going solo today by design, just going over. I'm going to do the emails from females, but I think I'm going to read that on Saturday and not today. Because there's just not enough time to get in. It's very flattering, and a lot of them are good. It's not just from females. That's just the name of the segment we used to have last year, but a lot of stuff, and it's most of it is positive. We got a really nice one yesterday, and those type of things is why we do what we do. It was very complimentary, and thank you, because it's nice to hear that every now and then. I do that for people, and to get it back, yeah, I'm human too, you know. So it's nice to know that people realize I'm not a machine. I'm a person as well. Anyway, so this is me with Steve Stoliar watching different things, but that's kind of a long clip. Let's see what else we have in there. I'm just going through the shorts I have on my YouTube for those that are listening and not watching, so they know what we're doing. All right. So this one was this was with the girl Emily that, and this was actually funny. It was Jersey Boy versus Southern Belle. This was a funny segment. This was a little bit more than a year ago. Let me play that one real quick.
I have a tattoo of Davy Crockett on my ass. True or false?
True.
It is true. Okay.
What's the bet?
I was just guessing. That's actually funny. And we would have taken tramp stamp or sidebar, but you have one on your ass. So I think that's great. Davy Crockett is a Tennessee person.
Daddy.
What does it say?
David Crockett. David Crockett Daddy.
Okay. Wow. I don't even know what to say to something like that. That's illegal. Okay.
Sounds about right.
I once bid on Uncle Jesse's overalls on eBay. True or false?
False.
Okay. Let's put in this one. I have at least one Confederate flag in my possession. True or false?
Somebody in my family.
This is supposed to be funny. You don't have to know the right answer. It's okay. We know that you do.
I don't. False.
I don't have to have you said somebody had a lunchbox. Whoever that person is, had it.
I had strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake. Nice. No bones. All right, here we go. Family Feud should win an Emmy Award every year. True or false?
Not if Steve Harvey is hosting it. False.
There you go.
All right, and there's a lot more other. There's a lot of other ones that was actually really funny. And she was panicked. She got so nervous that she started to break out on her chest, like at the top part of her chest, like in hives. That's how nervous she was. But to her credit, she hung with me. She did. She hung out. She passed the beam machine test. Some can and some can't. So that was, but she did, yeah, to her credit. So good for you, Emily. That was good. You could see it as we're talking, and she's getting redder and redder. I'm like, oh my God, this girl's going to pass out. So it was kind of funny, but that part wasn't funny, but it was, all right. And so we got, what else? So for people that didn't know, and this was something that I said about millennials. Yeah. For millennials, can you believe it? Yep. They live amongst us, but this was actually a complimentary one. So there you go.
I thought we were screwed. I'm like, these millennials suck. They don't understand life. They don't understand, what it is. It's not all true. So I stand corrected. There's some people that talk correctly by their parents, and they have dignity, and they have respect. And that's something you should be proud of. So by encompassing a whole group or age group, I should say, of people, and say, whether you're a guy or girl, I can't deal with that, you're too young, but it's not 100% true. There is people that will talk the right way. And I commend you for it. In my book, you're already a winner. And you'll appreciate it even more yourself when you get older and the roles change. I was young too. I'm not old, but I'm just saying, as you get older, you appreciate it even more. I didn't understand what that meant before, but now I do. And so for those people, and if they're watching, they might be, or listening on satellite, thank you, because there is hope. I thought it was.
All right, and once again, a big shout out to the shitty internet that we have today. I don't know what's going on. Somebody probably hit a poll or something. I don't know. And I don't mean a Polish guy. I mean an actual poll. All right, so let's see. Mastering the Art of Interviews. So there's one that's lighting up, and he's telling me I should do that one. There's so many. I've had so many different people. There's some raw footage. This one right here, when I was doing an actual live thing for iTunes. That was live where I did that one. That one got a lot of hits. I guess people wanted to know how to do it, and rather than speculating, this is how you do it, and how the way I do it, I should say. And then there's some other things in there. Living in the Dash was a good one. Actually, I might name the space that Living in the Dash. People will be like, what's that mean? Gonna have to go get my sarsaparilla. All right, so let's see. Yeah, those are always good. The one with the disabled thing there. There's the coffee one. Oh, yeah. That's a popular one. We might as well do it one more time. I know some people have seen this one already, but there we go. Speaks for itself.
People at the supermarket that they're still writing checks, and that's fine. You want to write a check, and you're a little bit older, or some people prefer it. Okay, fine. You know that you're going into, let's say, like here we have ShopRite. That's like our big supermarket here. If you know that you're going to be writing a check ahead of time, you know what store. Can't you have that shit written out so you don't have to wait for all these fucking people have to wait because you have to write out. Do you have a pen? Okay, shop. Right. $200. Well, you can't just have not the amount written in and didn't sign it and have it ready to go. Because fuck everybody else. It's all about you, right? You know, I can't stand that shit. And some of these people with the credit card, they're doing this. Their glasses, like, I can't see. What the fuck are you doing, man? Don't even get started. Apparently not, but we do. All right. Let's play some trivia. Who's up? Who's down? Who's up for trivia?
Yeah, that was back. That was from season 1, and that's when I used to. I actually, I had a wheel. I don't know if you can see it in some of those shirts. You can see it in the background right there. I actually spun a wheel. That money came out of my own pocket, like Cash App, Venmo, all that kind of thing. And if somebody could outduel me, which they usually could not, whether it was music or Super Bowl trivia or anything like that, and we spun the wheel, and if it landed on $25, $50, $10, $5, whatever it was, of course, it always landed on like 25 or something. I got screwed. But one guy like just wiped me out. Now, you only get like 6-7 seconds. That way you can't Google it or whatever. Either you know it or you don't know it. And it was kind of, it was fun. And I did whatever it took. So there was not a lot of sponsor money or anything coming in at the time. There was a little bit of affiliate money were coming in, but yeah, I came out right on and I paid them right on the spot. We were going to go back to, they're like, you should go back to doing that. Sure. Right. So you could cut down on your hours at work and just have me pay. But the good news is, like 95% of the time, they couldn't outdo me, especially with Super Bowl trivia. I will dust anybody on that. But because I used to do sports radio, you have no chance. But it was fun. And it's weird because it like, well, not weird, but funny weird, because they would come up with these answers. And they were just so like, it must be Stevie Nicks' brother. I'm like, I don't think he has a brother. I didn't even hear it correctly. Some of these people, I mean, they're the marvels of modern science too. They're experimenting, quote unquote, while we're, just because I don't drink or do drugs doesn't mean that the listeners don't. So it was funny. But it was a lot of fun. We used to do that. That was in season 1, which was 2021, 22 in that area. 2022, I think. We were on other stuff earlier and on the air back in 2000, I think it was December of 2017. It's when we first started going back to the forefront. I took an 11-year hiatus when I left the booth in South Florida, and I was, I have a logistics degree, so I was doing that and running trucking companies, doing that, and work for my family's businesses and that kind of thing down there, and then came back up to Jersey. We've been back ever since. So that was the very end. It was right after Hurricane Sandy. So it was after the end of 2012. Yeah. And you saw the devastation and everything, because we drove. I had a Cadillac, and we were driving. I was on crutches too, so I got the crutches in the car. I got my youngest son in the car, and we're driving up the coast and everything. You could see, once you got past Delaware and into South Jersey, like past Atlantic City and everything, you could see all the destruction that Sandy had caused. I had only seen that on the news, on clips and everything, because I was in Florida. And we started seeing that when we stopped in the Carolinas and Georgia and Virginia, that kind of thing. And we're watching all the stuff, and then seeing that, I was like, wow, it was really sad. A lot of people got destroyed with that. And then FEMA took over, and they screwed that up. And it was just, yeah, it was a lot. But anyway, we've been back since that time. And then I don't remember exactly what it was. I do get this question, not all the time, but occasionally. What made you come back? Well, I was watching. I will tell you right now, because we're almost out of time, so I might as well do that. Let me take this shit off the screen, though, real quick, for those that weren't watching before. See where it says more? Okay, and it tells you a little bit about me, blah, 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 blah. And there's all of our links right there. So stop asking me, what are we doing on Instagram and this and that. It's all right there, all the links. Okay, all right there. Nice and easy. You go to @MeanMachineRadio. That's the handle. All right, it's right there. All right, we almost have 20,000 subscribers. Well, that's nice. And it says 187 videos. There's probably like triple that, or maybe triple that, but we don't have them all uploaded. And we have some stuff that's still sitting in post-production, because I don't have a video person to do it. The person that did that is no longer here, and I have to do it, and I suck at it, so it takes me a while. But anyway, moving on. We'll take this off the screen and do it just like this. There we go. So no, I'm not on camera today. Sorry. I know I'm pretty, but not today. It was a long night or whatever. Yeah. So here's something. That pretty much is across the board for some people. Just figured I'd throw that out there. Here's another one. I drink coffee for your protection. Just remember that, okay? And a quick picture, a nice one of my pride and joy. You ready? Here's my pride and joy. Everybody go, can we see a picture of... Absolutely, you can. You ready? They're getting so big. Look at that. That's my pride and joy. Pride on the left, joy on the right. There you go. So anyway, I figured, yeah, I'm a wise, but you know what? That's how I've gotten this far. But anyway, we're just having fun. And yeah, oh boy, this list is getting... It's like quadruple this now. Just figured I'd share that for those that can't see what's going on. I'm just listening. It says a list of people that can kiss my... Yeah, it keeps getting longer and longer and longer. But sometimes it's got to be that way. Oh, let me check the meter one last time. I told everyone I would check the meter one last time. So here we go. Nope, nothing. No movement at all. But it's not from a lack of looking. It's from a lack of movement. And for those that hang around and do nothing all day and complain about shit, that's lack of movement as well. But anyway, there you go. There's the, there's the I don't give a meter. And there you have it. So no movement on there, folks. But I do check it all the time, just to be fair. And that's what it is. And here it is, the epitome of Gen X. I'm half full. I'm half empty. I think this is best. That's pretty much us right there. So if you agree with that and you like Gen X stuff, well, you are in the right place. You definitely are. And we will see you Saturday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Pacific time. Nothing but rock. Let there be rock, baby. It's going to be classic rock, all 70s, 80s, 90s. and heavier stuff too. And then, of course, people want their metal fix. You're going to get that near the last couple hours of the broadcast. It usually goes for about 5 hours. No, I'm not going to do 9.5 hours like I did on 4th of July. That was a special thing. And no, we don't have guest DJs all the time. It's usually 2 or 3 times a year, if that. That was just a special thing because it was 4th of July. It was a theme. It was all 80s. And we'll do that again. We will occasionally run polls on our Twitter, on X, and whatever. And a lot of, but most of the time, it's 80s, 90s is what wins. Not just rock, but this Saturday. Look, I can't even tell you right because I don't have an anchor, so I'm kind of flying by the seat of pants, which is when I do my best work, I should say. But yeah, that's going to be Saturday night, so it's in 48 hours, a little bit more than that. Check us out, and if you don't have satellite radio and you can't get on New Jersey 88.7, 0.5, any of those, have no fear. If you have X, it'll be streaming from my page, and it'll be streaming also on TikTok, which is Mean Machine Radio Network. So you can check us out there as well. All right, so we are a little bit out of time. I was going to say we have a little bit of time left. We don't have shit left. Anyway, that's what we have right there. Yeah, I am here. I am live. I am Gregory Joseph. Here's another thing. We'll put that up there. We're going to have a space in about an hour and a half. So we'll just make a post. And if you want to go on there, it's at WGAT Mean Radio. That is my handle on there. And also the Mean Life. That's the community room that is on my page. And it's on the others' pages. Some of our admins, some are just fans of the show. Some people just repost stuff for us. They're all important. And we're very happy. Seriously, very heartfelt thanks for people that do that without being asked. They see it on there, they just repost it. And it helps. It allows other people to discover us. And they stay, they don't stay, they love it, they leave, whatever it is. But at least they know. And so it's not just about space, it's about our show too. So that'll be broadcast live every Saturday. We do that. And if you're lucky enough to get a link for backstage, you could sit there with me virtually, obviously. So we're going to give those out sparingly going forward. Everybody else, you can see there, you just click on the little box on the stream and then you could type in. I can't respond typing wise, but I can see you when you come in. The admins will let you in. So there you go. So that's this Saturday. I can't wait for that because we're going to rock. That's going to be a lot of fun. If I drank, that would be the day that I started drinking. Trust me. Anyway, don't need that, though. I'm nuts as it is. If you're crazy and you know it, shake your meds. That's a Jersey thing, by the way, for those that think that they have good pizza. By the way, they think they have good pizza out here on the West Coast. No, you don't. It's awful. But anyway, because you need good bread. You need good water to make good crust. You need good crust to make a good pizza. And to have good pizza, you got to have it. Things have to just blend together. Right. And they just don't get it out here. I don't know why. They're good with a lot of other things. Pizza's not one of them. You leave that to New York and New Jersey. We'll handle that. You guys take care of the other stuff. We'll take care of that, though. Anyway, so the answer is 3, by the way. How many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop. So you remember that? That's Gen X. A 1, a 2, a 3. That's what it was. Remember? It was like kind of like shitty. Remember the kid like walked over, was like, how many licks does it take? He goes, I don't know. Ask the owl. He's like all pissed off and everything. Remember that commercial? I don't know. The turtle or whatever. He's like, I don't know. It's like, damn, man. All right, fine. And there you go. So there you have it. So we're pretty much out of time here on Mean in the Morning. Thank you for stopping by. For those that did, for those that reposted it on my Twitter page without being asked to do that. That's usually what that means. And thanks for keeping the room quiet. They actually listened to me today. So that's a nice thing. You'll see a lot of posturing going on by Friday. And I think we all know why. But anyway, it's cute and it's nice. But I appreciate the support. Don't forget, and I'll run it one more time as we jet out for the afternoon here, I should say. Well, the morning here, but the afternoon where you are. If you can, donate to keep independent radio alive. That includes us and a lot of others like us that you probably have never heard of. Yeah, there's a lot of good stations out there that exist that you don't know about, and they went defunct. They've defaulted. They're gone. We don't want to go. We want to stay. We want to continue to bring music and interviews and funny stuff and a time machine that we call life. And that is how that's how I feel about it. And a lot of others feel that way as well. You know, it's not all about me. It's about everybody. It's about inclusiveness. No politics, no religion. Just let music be funny and bring you back. Let it be, when I say funny, just like a good feeling. You want to feel good, and feeling good sometimes is good enough, especially in 2025. There's enough bullshit out there. Leave that bullshit out there. Your baggage, your trauma. Oh my God. And I can't believe it. I'm offended, but shut up. Just
Put your shit over there. Everybody's welcome. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I don't care what God you pray to. Doesn't matter to me. We all have our own invisible men that we pray to. Great. Come in there, listen to some music. We have some antics. We do some skits and stuff like that. I don't know if we'll have enough people backstage for that, but I don't even care. For this Saturday, we might do that. And it's usually funny, and it breaks it up, and it brings you levity. Don't take yourself so seriously. You know what I mean? Just for a little while. Nobody cares about that crap. Just enjoy the music with us. And then when you leave, maybe you don't grab your baggage on the way out. That's my hope, that you'll just, hey, I remember that song, or I remember I was with that person when that came on, or I was in high school, or I was with my wife, or I was with my son, I was with my husband, like whatever it was. Or maybe we're still together, whatever it is, but it brings back those good memories. And that's something that I'm aware of, that only music can do. And it's my absolute pleasure and honor to be able to bring that to people, not just Gen X, but to all of you. So I don't care if you're Gen Z, I don't care if you're millennials, and I don't care if you're a boomer. You're all welcome to come by. Check it out this Saturday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Rock out with us a little bit. Why not? What else are you going to do? They ain't shit on TV. Netflix sucks ass. Nothing good is on Hulu, okay, at all. Half the time the cable goes out where you are. You know what I mean? And if you're stealing cable, at least do it correctly. I could show you how to do. I mean, I know people that do that. I'm just kidding. Don't like your neighbor? Hey, him. I'll get this guy over there. I have people that owe me weird favors. Like, they'll come out and they will look very legit, and they will paint the sidewalk curb yellow so it looks like they're parked in a no parking zone, and then throw a boot on there and then have you towed. So if I could help you out with anything, you let me know. That's Jersey. Hey, rock on, baby. And no, I'm not kidding. Anyway, I failed to divulge anything else because that's that. Anyway, give it to independent radio. We want to continue to bring some laughs to you, some music to you, and just have some fun time. Time like that is time well spent. And remember, nobody's going to know who you are if you don't know who you are. So be yourself. Don't take that away from the universe. Why would you do that? Just be you. I'm not saying be a complete ass. I'm just saying, and if that's who you are, well, tweak it a little bit. However, just be you. Because in the end, that's all you can be. Be true to yourself. You can't go wrong. And that's it. That's my little thing for today. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to Mean in the Morning. I always have fun. It was cool. It was different for me being by myself, but I'm alone, not lonely. So I am just fine. Believe me, I got about 400 different things that happen between DMs, emails, messages, phone calls, everything. It's very flattering. One of these days, they'll figure out that I'm actually live. That means that I can't talk to you right now, but we're working on that. It's okay. It's called a lobotomy, and we're going to start giving those out on Saturdays as well. Rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. Remember that? If not, that probably means that you need one. But anyway, I'm kidding. Thank you. Mean in the Morning. I am Gregory Joseph. This is the Mean Machine Radio Show on WGAT. Hopefully, we'll see you next Tuesday if I survive. I don't know. Saturday night might be getting rough. Peace.
You're listening to the best radio in the universe. Non-stop music. All day long.
You are listening to New Jersey's badass radio legend, Gregory Joseph, on New Jersey 88.7 WGAT Rock Baby.